Today's program is sponsored by The Anthony Vincent Salon. Say hello to beautiful.
Fashion, music, wellness.
And don't forget sex.
Mostly sex.
If it's trending, they'll be talking about it. Trend Radio is right here.
And right now, I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we always have something great to say.
Because it's us. So stay tuned.
You'll be glad you did. Good morning, Elise.
Well, good morning.
How are you on this beautiful day?
I am fabulous today.
Of course you are.
No, I'm really, really fabulous today.
Tell me why.
Because 1 year ago on this date was my last chemo.
Ah, yes, it was.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so I am so grateful. And I just feel so blessed. And look, my hair.
Look how long it is.
It's getting, well, I don't know that it's long. It's a couple of inches though, you know? So it's going into a little pixie.
Well, I feel very blessed to have you sitting next to me every Saturday morning at this station.
Thank you. Yes, I am. I feel very blessed also. Thank you. And thank God.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, this week in history, Jaws was released in 1975.
Yes. And the beginning of summer also just started.
That's right.
And that's when we always think it's safe to go back in the water. But sometimes it's not so safe.
When they thought of the day to release that movie, they actually chose to release it on the day that summer begins, which is June 20th.
Yeah, because everybody's at the beach,
That's right.
you know, and we all know what happened there. Yeah, so hopefully that won't happen anywhere near us, because that was just, oh God, when I hear that music, I get scared.
My favorite line was, "We're gonna need a bigger boat."
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, good movie. Good movie, Peter Benchley.
So we really have some fun-filled penis facts for you all today.
Isn't that fun?
Yes, right out of the Thought catalog.
Okay.
Now, did you know that the average man ejaculates 2 teaspoons of semen per orgasm?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
He will also ejaculate over 7,000 times.
Wow. You know what my favorite fact about that is, though?
What's
about
that?
semen? How it goes 27 miles per hour. Because I just get such a kick out of the fact that, you know, a school zone is 25 miles per hour. But semen travels, 27 miles per hour.
Faster than you can drive in a school zone.
Faster than a speeding bullet.
You know, those 7,000 ejaculations will result in about 14 gallons of semen.
Wow. Talk about a draining experience. Oh, my gosh.
Much more than 4 calories.
Wow, yeah.
You know, talking about semen. I had a friend of mine who he was gay, and he didn't really want to be gay, but he just was. So he went to one of those psychologists. This was quite a few years back when they were, they thought that it was a
psychological?
Yeah.
Homosexuality is psychological, according to some crazy people.
So the doctor would have him look at men and repeat over and over again, "I ain't gonna eat no meat. I ain't gonna eat no meat." And over and over again, he ain't gonna eat no meat. And he did this for months. And he was out one day in the bar and having a drink, the patient. Well, the doctor just happened to walk in, and the doctor saw him. The doctor walked into the same bar. Yes. Okay. And he saw his patient at the bar with 2 sailors on his lap. And the doctor said, "I thought you said you ain't gonna eat no meat." He said, "Yeah, doctor, that's what I know. But this is seafood."
Oh, no.
Have you ever heard the term shower and a grower?
Shower and a grower.
Yeah.
No, actually, I haven't.
I never heard that term either until Raymond started talking about it. You know,
Oh,
one of our
really?
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. A shower is a penis that looks really good. And if you remember last week, we talked about what constituted a good-looking penis.
Exactly.
So a shower is a good-looking penis, and a grower is one that doesn't look so good, but as it increases, it looks better.
Okay.
So
I have to be honest with you. This is not anything I've ever thought about.
that's because you're not a guy.
Okay. Fair enough.
So, on average, a flaccid penis will increase in volume 300% when it's erect.
Wow.
Thus, the shower and the grower.
Wow.
And it also contains more than 8 to 10 times its normal amount of blood.
Well, that I could understand. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it needs the blood.
That's right.
Yeah, so
And the largest erect penis ever recorded was 13 and a half inches.
that's just wrong.
Well,
That's wrong. That's wrong. Stop.
researchers estimate that fewer than 5,000 men on Earth have a penis that is 11 inches or longer.
I would believe that.
I know you don't use soy milk, Elise.
Never.
Never.
Never. Soy is bad for me. Very, very bad. I actually, believe it or not, I'm really trying to get off of cow's milk because I'm trying to stay away from dairy as much as possible. So I've been playing with the coconut milk and the almond milk, but I'm not finding I'm loving it.
Yeah, I use almond milk in my coffee and my cereal.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's okay. I like the creaminess of regular milk in my coffee, but I'm working on liking the coconut milk and the almond milk. I'm trying.
Yeah, I'll add coconut milk to some heavy cream when I make up some fresh whipped cream.
That's a great idea. The only thing is that the heavy cream has the dairy in it, so that's the
So it's-
And I'm trying to stay away from as many, if I can, as many like animal products right now too.
So the almond milk and the coconut milk should be okay. You
Yeah,
just don't
I
enjoy
don't
them.
love it as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm alternating.
Okay.
Yeah. And I got a really good tip to try coconut oil in my coffee.
You whip it. It's the latest
Yes.
thing.
Yeah. I got a good tip about that. And from 2 different people, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Yeah. And yeah, it was really, really interesting, really good.
Yeah. And I have had it that way.
Yeah,
And it's almost like a creamer in your coffee.
exactly.
If
You have to drink it right away, though, because here's what happens. It does settle. And so
it floats
that,
up to the top.
Yeah, and then you have like kind of black coffee, and that I can't
With the
have.
coconut on top.
Yeah.
Yeah. The I have this little gizmo from Cuisinart. It looks like a little handheld fan.
Yeah,
And you
I
stick
have
it
it.
in the cup and it's almost like a
Yeah,
little
I have it
boat
too.
motor. That
Yeah.
works really good.
Yeah, it does.
Well, here's one you might be able to try. Milk from a camel.
I don't think I would do that.
It is the latest and greatest.
I wouldn't really drink camel's milk.
Well, camel milk has
Oh, that's just making me crazy. Oh,
camel milk's been coming up all over the U.S. during these last couple of years.
I don't understand why.
Well, it's an alternative to both cow's milk and the nut milks.
Camel milk?
Yes.
Why? Why would you drink from a camel?
The stuff is nutritious. 3 times.
Are you drinking it?
I have. It's 3 times as much vitamin C as cow's milk. High levels of iron, B vitamins.
Do you know what I think of when I think of camel?
What do you do?
Hump day. I think of hump day.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike.
Yeah, it's Wednesday. Wednesday is hump day. That's what he says. Yeah. Oy, oy, oy.
But, camel milk has half the saturated fat of cow's milk.
Really?
Cow's milk, yeah. According to Desert Farms, that is one of the premier camel milk distributors in the country.
Wow.
The interest in camel milk peaked in around 2014, and that's when Desert Farms made it commercially available in the U.S. for the very first time. And
I just can't. I'm thinking about it, and I can't even imagine tasting it. Like, there's goat's milk. There's, we are the only species who actually drinks the milk from another species.
that's right,
You know,
we are.
we are, and now we're drinking camel's milk.
Well, it's been popular in the Middle East for ages.
Well, there are a lot of camels out there.
Yes, there are, and
There are a lot of camels.
people say that American camel milk tastes slightly sweet and very creamy and slightly salty at the same time.
Really?
Yeah. Almost like, you stuck a pretzel in your
That's
in your
interesting.
milk.
It's kind of like, a sweet and salty, like,
At the same time, yeah.
like
Like a
like
chocolate-covered potato chips. Yeah, chocolate-covered potato chips.
somebody's turning red.
Well, camel's milk in the Middle East has like a nutty, smoky flavor.
I guess it depends on what they eat also.
That's right. You're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
it depends on what they eat.
Yeah, because camels in different countries have different diets.
Absolutely. Even not necessarily camels, but animals in our country have different diets,
That's right.
like grass-fed and, some eat only grain, so there are different types of flavors and different types of levels of fat and all kinds of different things.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And, it's those specialty stores that you can get this stuff in.
Yeah.
And that's where Desert Farm sells its camel milk.
So let me ask you.
I wonder if our health food store has it.
I was just about to say, why don't we try this?
Okay.
Why don't we try to get some camel's milk? All right. And we'll try it in our coffee.
Okay.
We'll try it in our cereal.
Okay.
And we'll see if we could handle it.
Okay. It's not cheap.
I didn't discuss price. Did you hear me discuss price?
I'm just saying.
Could you put a price on health?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, if you're saying it's healthy, why would you put a price on health?
I don't.
All right, then. How much is it?
I'm not going to tell you now.
Well,
Very
I'm not asking for myself.
Oh, of course not.
I'm asking for our listeners.
6 8-ounce containers of raw frozen camel milk will set you back about $60.
Raw?
Raw. That's right out of the camel.
Okay, and then they flash freeze.
Yes.
To keep the nutrients intact.
Yes.
Interesting.
And then they send it. I believe they overnight it to you in a
so it's
almost like Omaha
basically
Steaks does.
it's $10 per 8 ounces.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
That's not terrible.
If it's something that's going to promote health and wellness, then it is not terrible.
That's right.
And if it's something that you enjoy, then that is
Well, we
not-
don't know if we enjoy it.
Well,
but we
that's
know
what
that
I'm
it's
saying.
healthy.
If is a very big word.
Yes, it is. It's only 2 letters, but a big word.
Big meaning.
And there have been a bunch of studies and case reports that have stated that camel milk can ease diabetes and alleviate autism symptoms.
Oh my God.
And some people report side effects like a boost of energy and mental clarity after sipping on the camel milk.
You know what? That's amazing. That is that is crazy. See, that is a crazy thing. That's like, when I don't know if you know this, but in the Harry Potter books, drinking unicorn blood would be
Oh.
like the same type of thing. That's the same side effect that they
Really?
would get. Yeah, that's why I said it. I read them with my nephew.
We did a show a year or so ago about mental fog. Do you remember what caused mental fog?
Oh my God, everything would cause mental fog, stress, cortisol, all kinds of, life craziness. But there are ways of clarifying and having clarity afterwards by your diet and your level of hydration. We always say it, water, water, water. So, we would be able to clear the mental fog.
That's right. And it's always about what you put in.
Ingest.
Yeah, always. And
Although, my mother used to say it's not what you eat, it's what's eating you. And so
that's
your
distressing.
thought, and that we always say that also, it's the law of attraction. So what you think will be. And that's the thing. So always choose a good thought. Like you're always saying, choose a good attitude.
That's right.
Choose a good thought as well.
That's right. Attitude is everything.
Absolutely.
Pick a good one.
Exactly.
And just a couple of years ago, camel milk was on the black market. If I remember,
like breast milk. Remember when the breast milk?
Just like breast milk.
Okay.
And the FDA wouldn't allow it to be sold, so it was kind of sold on the black market.
Wow.
It was
that's crazy.
very, very cool thing. And now, just a couple of years later, you can just order it right online. And what I like about this is that it's raw and frozen.
Yeah, let's go to the health food store, our local one, and see if they have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if they have it, and we'll try it.
And we'll taste it, and we'll
let everybody know
how good it tastes.
And if you've tasted it and you want to give us some tips, email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com, and I will send you a $50 gift certificate to Anthony Vincent Salon. And this way, when you're buying your camel's milk, you'll be able to come in for a wonderful service for about the same price.
And when we get our raw camel milk, we're also going to get a pizza from Vinny's Pizza.
A pizza? We're going to eat pizza and camel's milk.
Well, it's not just any pizza.
Okay.
At Vinny's, you can get a pizza in a pizza box made out of pizza.
I don't get it.
Okay.
Explain, Ricky.
Okay. You know the old-fashioned cardboard pizza box?
Yes.
Well, they're clunky. The cardboard feels terrible on your fingers. And when you're finished with your pizza, you can't reuse the box for anything because it's covered in grease.
Correct.
It just sits by your door, attracting the bugs until you get a chance to drag it out to the garbage can.
Really? It's not that bad. Okay, you fold it up and you put it in a garbage bag. Okay, so explain this to me. How do you get a pizza made out of a pizza? I mean, a pizza box made out of a pizza.
Well, Brooklyn Pizza Joint, Vinny's Pizzeria.
Yum. You already said it.
Yes,
Brooklyn, and there it is. Best pizza on earth.
That's right. And he has solved a bunch of problems by creating a pizza box that's made out of pizza.
But then it gets dirty if you put it down. You can't eat the box.
Oh, but you can.
What do they wrap? They wrap the box?
The commercial goes something like this. Introducing the Pizza Box Pizza, a pizza box made entirely out of pizza and containing another pizza inside. No waste. It is all 100% pizza and 100% delicious. No more pizza boxes cluttering up your fridge or trash. Totally biodegradable. The Pizza Box Pizza. Only from Vinny's.
And what do you wrap it in? How do they deliver it?
Well,
what do they do?
They haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, because that's the problem. You can't eat the box, even though it's made out of pizza.
Well,
but think about this for a minute. If they wrap it in tinfoil and deliver it, then tinfoil is biodegradable.
Is it really?
Yeah. It gets. You can
Rusty?
recycle it. No, you can recycle tinfoil.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So think about this. Yeah, and then they put it on their plate. They eat their pizza, and then they eat their pizza box,
right.
And then they can go Netflix and chill.
Oh,
because you know
right.
why? Well, maybe they're going to have to Netflix, because if they just ate an entire pizza box, then they're going to be sick to their stomachs. So no chilling, just Netflix.
Well, the restaurant is encouraging customers, when they order, is to pick up their order rather than have it delivered, because they're still trying to figure out the best way to deliver this pizza without using an actual box.
Well, they have to put it in tinfoil.
You know what? Why don't you call them?
I'm going to call them. They have to do it in tinfoil.
That's right.
Yes,
that's right.
Foil.
And, owner of Vinny's Pizza, who is Sean Bartholomew. Mm-hmm. Sean Bartholomew. He's not Italian.
No. Although you have to think about it. His mother is probably Italian. His father, not so much. Think about it. His mother is Italian, so he has the blood, so he's okay.
Okay. When you tell him about the foil, find out if his mother's Italian.
I know she is.
Okay.
Because there is no way in hell that somebody named Sean Bartholomew is making pizza and having such a fantastic idea without having an Italian mother. I'm telling you.
And calling his restaurant Vinny's?
I'm telling you, because that's his uncle, her brother, or maybe her father, his grandfather. I'm telling you, Sean, he's Italian.
Okay.
Okay? It's his father with the name.
Okay.
That's what happened.
So the father's Vinny.
No. Vinny is on his mother's side.
Oh,
His father's side, they're, I think, Irish, right? Or something like that.
Well, anyway, Vinny achieved viral fame around this time last year when the shop introduced a pizza that was topped with a smaller pizza. And it went viral.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That really is. That sounds awesome. You know what? We need to go.
Okay, we'll go.
We need to go. We need to go into Brooklyn and get a pizza box pizza.
We'll look for Vinny's pizzeria.
We need to do that.
Okay.
First, I'm going to call him and tell him we're coming from Trend Radio. Okay, we're going to bring the foil. I have an idea. And then we're going to go eat the pizza box.
Okay. You know, he also just recently created a Prince tribute on their menu board.
Oh, how nice. Very cool.
So talking about pizza, when you get to the certain time of the month, do you feel as though you need to eat more pizza or eat more
Not
sweets?
necessarily pizza, but it was always an M&M's thing for me. And pretzels, salty sweet.
Yeah.
But pizza would work.
Okay.
Yeah, pizza would work, and then dessert like of a chocolate cake. You know what I mean?
Did you know that not only your eating choices, but your period also dictates your spending habits also?
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding? Of course it does.
This?
Are you kidding me? When you get your period, okay, your hormone levels are insane, okay? Not only do you want to eat every freaking thing in sight, okay, especially, pretzels and M&Ms and now a pizza box, but besides that, you want to buy things so that you feel better because it makes you feel better. You decide whether or not, sometimes you don't even like people, certain people around you. You become extremely bitchy, okay? You've seen this, come on.
I have seen it. Every Saturday morning at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think so.
A new study by researchers in Montreal suggests that a woman's cycle may make her more of an avid consumer of certain products.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Concordia professor Gad Syed, he's the author of The Evolutionary Base of Consumption, and his doctoral student and co-author Eric Senstorm performed this study on women's consumption habits and their menstrual cycle.
And basically what they would buy and what they would eat, right?
Yes.
Okay, because that's what it's all about.
They didn't need to do the study. All they had to do was ask you.
Ask me, absolutely. First of all, I'm going to tell you one thing. I know that whenever you're feeling blue, and sometimes you are when you have your period, you're feeling bloated and blue and crappy, you need to buy lipstick. Okay? It's mandatory. Lipstick is something that you could just buy and it doesn't really affect your budget. So that's something you must do. Food, well, we already discussed, pretzels, M&Ms, and a pizza box, and you're good. Maybe some wine, but that works. But there's all kinds of things. But you also want to purchase, if you're buying clothing, you tend to buy more, clothing that makes you feel good, makes you feel thinner because you feel bloated and you feel gross. And you tend to go with something that's going to just make you smile. So you just keep buying. And, retail therapy.
That's retail therapy.
You know how that happens.
Yes, I do.
Exactly.
Well, for this study, they asked about 60 women to keep a diary of their consumption habits, counting what they bought and what they ate, as well as their clothing choices and personal hygiene habits over a 35-day period.
Okay.
And, these guys, after examining that information, they found a connection between certain behaviors at certain times in a woman's cycle. For example, during the time when a woman is most fertile, she's also more likely to doll herself up.
Absolutely.
Really? Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, there are different times of the month that you will wear and do different things. You'll do your hair differently. You'll wear different makeup. You'll have your nails done. There are different times for different things. You'll dress differently. There's sometimes, the jeans and the t-shirt, and sometimes there's the leggings and the sexy shirt, and sometimes there's that little black dress.
Oh, high heels.
Yeah, it's like, it depends. The thigh-high boots come out sometimes. We have all kinds of different things.
Very cool.
Women. We
I
have
do.
It's many different levels of personality in one woman all the time.
Yeah, kind of like Sybil.
Here's
Sybil.
the thing. We all know that you have 4 personalities, right?
Yes.
That have an additional 4 personalities,
Each,
right?
yes.
Exactly. So you are, we struggle with your 8 personalities, right?
That's true.
But I have 33. Exactly. So there you go.
I cannot compete.
Exactly.
I cannot compete.
Exactly. And you love every one of them except for one. There's one personality that I know that you don't get along with. Okay? She comes out once in a while. It's okay though. It's okay. She goes back in. She hides.
Okay.
Her name is She.
So, then what you're saying, by contrast, during the time of the month when she's least fertile,
See, she? He said she again.
that's while she's menstruating, her interest in looking good goes down while her desire for high-calorie foods go up.
Because she's not feeling well.
That's right. Okay. She doesn't care.
She feels bad.
So,
See, here's the thing, though. She does care. She does care. She just can't help herself because she knows she needs something to help her feel better. And that's the thing. And the only thing that's really going to feel better is a big surge. There's our word, surge for the day. A surge of sweet and salty.
Okay. So in layman's terms, a cupcake looks far more appealing than shaving your legs or blow drying your hair.
A salty caramel cupcake sounds fantastic with a fudge center. But I have to explain something. And here's the honest to God truth. Eating that cupcake is going to give her a rise for a few moments, and then she's going to crash and she's going to feel like crap even more. The reality is, and ladies, everybody knows this, when you're at your worst, do your best for yourself. Drink your water more. Enhance it with your lemon and your lime.
And your scotch.
Yeah, definitely not. Not during this time of the month. You really don't want to do that. You really want to take better care of yourself.
I want to have the scotch
I understand.
during that time of your month.
You need the scotch. It's okay. We'll inject you with the scotch. But the thing is that you want to keep yourself as upbeat as possible. And that means your healthier choices during that time are actually your better choices.
But during that time, you don't care about being healthy. You care about...
Listen to me, okay? I know that. I understand that. I'm just saying that's the better choice.
Right.
Okay?
But
Listen, that 33rd personality is going to come out any minute. Do not argue with me about this, okay? You do not get your period.
Okay. Well, researchers...
Although maybe you might. No, I'm kidding. Researchers say...
You notice I can't get a word in edgewise over here. She came out. And she won't go away.
She's gone. She's gone.
Well, that's called food foraging, which is a nice way of saying pigging out.
Oh, okay. Foraging.
Food foraging is what the researchers call
Interesting.
that time of the month when they just
Can't
go
stop.
through those. Yes.
I see.
Yes. But, whatever you call it, it all comes down to evolution.
Yeah. Okay.
Women consume more calories during their infertile phase because they they favor non-mating related activities like food foraging.
That's going to be a nice one. Food foraging.
Food foraging. And, these consumption behaviors take place without a woman's conscious awareness. They don't even know about it because of how their hormonal fluctuations affect.
Exactly. That is actually true.
Yeah.
That is actually true. Sometimes you don't even realize it. And you don't realize, your mood swings are outrageous.
Yes, let's talk about your mood swings.
Yeah? What do you want to talk about?
Nothing.
You love me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Need a salon that's about the whole you? Precision haircuts, flawless makeup, impeccable nails, top-rated professional hair products. Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a hairstylist who has his finger on the pulse of all the latest trends? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a dependable salon with over 35 years in the industry? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for New York City and internationally trained stylists that will create the perfect look for you? Anthony Vincent Salon. Shine brightly while walking down the aisle. Anthony Vincent Salon. For longer, thicker, beautiful hair extensions, Anthony Vincent Salon. Incredible makeup applications for weddings, proms, or any special occasions. Anthony Vincent Salon. Have dry, brittle summer hair? Get a hot shot. Anthony Vincent Salon. Before you put a ring on it, manicure it. Anthony Vincent Salon. Your image is their specialty. For the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a more beautiful you, call now 609-448-2212 and follow them on Twitter.
This program may contain adult themes. Listener discretion is advised.
So, are you happy? Are you happy in life in general?
Pretty happy, of course.
Yeah. Do you think you take a lot of things for granted?
I actually don't. I don't take anything for granted or anyone for granted. I'm very, very careful about that.
I think you may not even realize you're taking things for granted.
I think you're wrong.
Oh, okay. Elise, there are a lot of things we take for granted, and I know you don't mean to do it. It's just incredibly easy to underappreciate the common everyday things in our lives. And that's normal.
Okay. Tell me what? What do you think I take for granted?
All right. Every once in a while, you should stop and smell the roses.
I do that all the time.
Good.
I make sure I smell the flowers, the trees. I give thanks that we have them to look at, that they're fresh and beautiful all the time.
So you like smelling these beautiful things?
Of course.
Do you appreciate the fact that you cannot smell the indoor plumbing?
Very much.
You never even thought of that till just now.
I actually have had situations. In fact, unfortunately, I'm dealing with a flooding situation in my home. And so I do appreciate that we have wonderful indoor plumbing and that we have wonderful people who come out at night to fix these things.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I do. I am very appreciative of everything. I'm sure that it's not often that I think about that. And there are certain things like, air conditioning, we thank gosh. I thank God that, we have it, but if you don't have it, it can be harsh.
I didn't have it as a child, didn't even know what it was.
Exactly. So there you have it,
The hardest thing is recognizing the stuff that just always seems to be there for you. And it really can be difficult to identify that stuff.
It's interesting. You're absolutely right. There are some things I'm sure we take for granted. Like, for instance, I know that I try not to take anything for granted, but I'm so thankful that I have 2 legs and 2 hands.
Oh, yeah.
People don't think about that because there are some people who don't have them.
That's right.
And so that's huge. Your teeth. People take their teeth for granted. We happen to have doctors and dentists that take care of your teeth, and people take that for granted. They take the fact that, they brush their teeth every day, but until you've been thrown into a wall and you've lost your teeth, you don't realize.
By the way, for those of you who don't know this. Elise takes her teeth out at night and puts them in a little cup next to her
I
bed
do
there.
not. I am very, very grateful that I had some fantastic dentists after I was thrown into a wall.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, yeah.
Did your last co-host throw you into the wall?
You are my one and only, co-host.
Okay.
I haven't had any others, and I never plan to have another one.
Well, your teeth are important. Take care of them. You know, and we're actually lucky enough to live in a country where we have available dental care, and not everybody
How do
does.
you like that?
That's
So
right.
I knew what that was. Yeah, that was on your list.
That's right. It was on my list.
Okay.
And the indoor plumbing thing, you know, 60% of humans do not have access to flush toilets
Yes,
or
that
even
is true.
any other forms of water-related sanitation.
Wow. Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
and
we are very blessed.
we are. And 10% of the people on Earth don't even have access to safe drinking water.
Yes, that we know. We've had those conversations.
Yes, we have.
Absolutely. And that is sinful. It's shameful.
You don't
Sad.
fly, do you?
I don't. I do have some flying issues.
Well, you
but
always said if God meant you to fly, he'd have given you a
I never
ticket,
said
an
anything
airline
like
ticket.
that. No, I never
thought
said
I heard
anything
that
like
from you.
that. Not from me. Your other co-host might have said that, but not from me. But no, I don't fly. And the thing is that I'm going to fly. Actually, I told you this as soon as I possibly can. I'm not allowed right now, still being in
here she
treatment.
goes.
You
Yes,
know,
yes.
but you have to be very careful where you are. Trains, planes, and automobiles sometimes have a lot of germs.
Well, you know, air
Here she
travel.
goes.
Air travel is not only underappreciated, but do you know it's actually hated for the most part?
Really? I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing that like, you know, tons and tons and tons of steel could fly in the sky. I mean, between that
and they
and
keep
Superman.
you waiting there
you
for
know?
hours and hours to check in till your flight leaves.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're stuck there on a cot in the airport.
Well, we have to make sure that everything is safe. You understand that, don't you?
Yes, yes.
Definitely understand that.
Well, yeah, it's safe. So they have the guys that were flipping burgers yesterday and checking your bags today.
Mm-hmm.
That's and did you know? I'm getting off the subject here, but you have a tendency to make me do that.
I can't
Do you
help
know that there's a percentage of people who actually work in the airport who are on the terrorist watch list?
Okay, we are not a political show. We are not a political
Getting me
show.
all riled up here.
Yeah,
Okay,
look, he's
let's
turning
get back.
purple.
Let's get back here.
Okay.
Okay. Air travel has been cheaper now than any other time in history. And for most of history, traveling around the world like we do now was pretty much impossible. Mm-hmm. But now we could buy a ticket to Tahiti and be there in 24 hours.
Put me in a hot air balloon and we're good. We're good to go. Okay? I'd like to go to Oz, please.
And, you know, today is a great example of this, that you can go to the store right now and pay 54 cents for a bunch of fruit that you wouldn't have even seen pictures of about 100 years ago.
Yes, that is true. But how about the pictures of fruit I sent to you
They're
the other day?
they were beautiful.
Wasn't that beautiful? Like
yeah.
a postcard, right?
Yeah, I thought it came from like
Delicious.
the Super Fresh ad or something.
No, it didn't. That was on my counter. Yep. Beautiful.
You know, something that most people don't even think of is the fact that they have access to enough food, access to fruits and vegetables from around the world.
Yeah.
And, just 100 years ago, you wouldn't have been able to find an orange in New York City.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did not know that. I didn't even think about that. You're
That's
right.
right.
You see that?
And grapes, there are people who don't even know what a grape is.
You like grapes, right?
I love grapes. I can fit 37 of them in my mouth at one
Such
time.
a big mouth. See, he admits to having a big
Yes, I
big
can.
mouth.
Yes, I can. So, it might be simple, to have bananas and avocados and grapes all at the same time.
But they're just so yummy.
Yes. And you can get them all at once, all in the same time, all in your local grocery store.
And they were all on my counter.
That's right. But, it isn't always that way in other parts of the world.
That is true. No, I know that. Yeah. I know that.
You ever get bored?
Sometimes.
Really?
Especially when you're not around.
Oh.
Yeah. You are just so lively and vibrant that it just makes my life so special.
A lot of people don't even value boredom because they don't have the time to be bored.
Now, that's true. That is absolutely true. That's interesting that you should say that, because there are some people that are working so much because they have to, that there is no time for boredom. There are some people that are so sick and they can't do anything about it and or in pain, so they're not bored because they're feeling badly. So yeah, you're absolutely right. But sometimes it's okay to be a little bored and think inside your head and think about, something good or being able to do something good.
That's right. We're a country where people work longer hours, take fewer vacation days than almost anywhere on Earth.
And when you decide that you're bored,
they take 6 weeks vacation.
When you decide, that's nice for those Europeans. When you decide that you're bored, just maybe you can change your thought. Instead of being bored, why don't you think about the things that you're grateful for?
You should.
I think that's a great idea.
What did we talk about last week? A gratitude journal?
A gratitude journal, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
You know what? I have something that I'm very grateful for, and I'm going to share this. I have access to always having beautiful hair, nails, and skin because of being at your salon. So if you'd like, you can email me now at trendradio920@gmail.com. Tell me what you're grateful for, and I will send you a $50 gift certificate because I'm grateful too. And that would be for Anthony Vincent Salon.
Can't we make it for like a $10 gift certificate?
No.
20?
No.
25?
No. I said 50.
Good Lord. Okay.
You want me to double it?
No. Janitors and sanitation workers.
I am definitely I am grateful. I do not take for granted these people at all. I thank them for everything they do. Always have, always will. They work hard.
That's right. I put my little trash can out every Wednesday night, and the next morning it's empty. And
I have news for you. Okay, that's not because of your cleaning people. Okay, we clean up after you too. He actually, do you know what he does? He actually, when he's cleaning up, he throws things on the floor. Just throws chunks of paper and things like a peach pit just right on the floor. Okay, and we come toddling by and sweeping it up and.
The floor gets swept like every 5 minutes.
Okay, but there are clients coming in. You don't need to throw your peach pit on the floor.
I don't throw it on the floor for any other reason than a reaction from
me.
From you
from
or
me.
whoever's sitting at the desk.
Yeah. And they're not paying attention the way I am.
No.
I'm sitting there like, oh my God, he just put his peach pit on the floor. Oh my God.
Well, I don't always put the peach pits and the banana peels on the floor.
Unfortunately, that's true. I actually came into work the other day and I found an apple core. Wait for it. An orange peel. At my desk. Not to mention, well, this was cute. The little chocolate kisses wrappers all over, rolled up in little balls and little shapes.
Did you find the avocado pit in your drawer?
No.
Well, I think when you go in.
Oh, no. Really?
Yeah, if you just kind of sniff your drawers a little bit, you will find it.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, anyway.
Well, it's kind of hard to sniff your own drawers, but I mean, really.
You know, there's a reason why sanitation strikes are effective. You know, without these janitors and cleanup people, the world and our salon would be a lot more gross.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And, you know, this time of the year, too, voting and political freedom.
Oh,
I know
my
we're
gosh.
not a political show.
No, we're not a political show, but I have to tell you, I do not take that for granted either. Since I'm 18 years old, I've always voted every single year. It did not depend. It did not matter, whatever it was, presidential every 4 years, anything. I vote for everything because I know that is definitely not something to be taken for granted.
But did you know who to vote for?
Of course.
Did you vote for Reagan?
Yes, you know I did.
Okay. Did you vote for Bush?
You know what my political views are.
Did you vote for Obama?
You know what my political views are. And I have to be honest, no. But anyway, you know what my political views are.
Well, over 1.5 billion people live in countries where they have no say over the political leadership that runs their lives.
I know. It's very sad. That is a very sad thing. But on another topic, did you ever hear horror stories about men who ran for the hills when they discovered that the gals they wanted to get in bed with were unshaven?
Ooh.
Yeah, and didn't have any concerns about hygiene or anything like that?
Yeah, I wouldn't get close enough to somebody like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I have to just say, natural body hair,
Mm-hmm.
it's a real thing. I mean, there are
Oh, yeah, I have it all over my chest and under my arms.
Yeah,
and-
but you know what? It's a thing for women now too. And all over Europe, these ladies, they let themselves go. They have hairy legs, a hairy bikini line, hairy underarms, that kind of thing.
I dated a European girl, and that's right.
Well, here's the thing.
Hairy legs, hairy
Exactly,
underarms.
because there are no rules. There are no rules for what ladies should or should not do.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about a choice. Everybody is unique, and every girl is entitled to her own body hair rituals.
Mm-hmm.
It's been said that feminine body hair is more unhygienic than masculine body hair.
Oh, I don't
That
believe
is
that.
not true.
No, I don't believe that
That
at
is
all.
absolutely
Hair
not
is
true.
hair.
Yeah, there's a women's rights activist and a female body hair supporter, Chow Miali, and she told the New York Times in 2015 that men have more freedom in terms of what to do with their bodies.
Oh, that's true.
And
Yeah,
I'm not
absolutely.
saying that everyone should grow underarm hair. I'm just saying that if you don't want to shave, then don't. Don't say that it's disgusting or unhygienic, because it's not. It's the truth is that it's your choice.
What's your choice, Elise? You got hairy pits?
Oh yeah, definitely. I absolutely do.
Okay.
The hairiest.
Oh.
Like in middle school, they teach you girls must shave and boys must not. But what if a boy wants to?
Oh, he'd be laughed at.
Exactly. And if a girl didn't, she'd be laughed at.
Oh, okay.
Think about that.
You're right.
You
It's
know?
complete
Exactly.
opposites.
Boys can let their hair go and girls can't. And that's been since we were little.
Mm-hmm. When I was bodybuilding, all of the guys that I trained with shaved their entire bodies.
Shaved, tanned, and oiled.
Yeah.
Exactly. To show their muscles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Because you don't want to see, if you're, especially when you're working that hard to get those muscles, you want to see those muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them, so that's why. But, it's a choice. Not everybody's a bodybuilder.
No, that's for sure.
And you should have the right to what you want to do with your body. That's something that they do teach us. Especially in middle school, that's when we started learning a little bit about bodies and sex and body hair and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's when it starts in middle school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what were you about to say? Because you looked like you had I interrupted you.
In middle school, I remember when I was there, all we did was talk about sex.
Well, yeah, you talked about it because you didn't actually start having sex until your late teens, 20, that kind of thing.
I was like 25.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that, but that's not the point. The point is that you talked about it, and you'd be like, I guess 13, 14, talking about whatever, looking at movies, looking at books, magazines, that
Right.
kind of thing, with little girls, little boys, that kind of thing. And, kind of like exploring each other, but not really doing anything.
Right.
So little girls, they were taught at that point, shave under your arms and shave your legs.
Right.
You know?
In fact, you're bringing back memories when I was in middle school that we would make fun of the girls because they had like more hair on their legs than some of the guys.
Exactly. And you just said a mouthful. You'd make fun of the girls.
Yeah.
That's crazy, but that's what would happen. And then if there was a guy that didn't have enough body hair, you'd make fun of him too.
Yeah.
Because, see, it's all hormonal, and everybody grows at a different rate. So, that's what would happen. And then we started being taught that boys don't want to see, or guys don't want to see hairy vaginas, right? What?
Nothing. Just I'd
What? You're forming an opinion about it?
never.
Okay, you just said, ugh.
I just went.
That was, that was pretty much an opinion.
It was just a reaction.
Okay.
I didn't expect you to hear that word.
Here's the thing. The thing is that regardless, if you're involved with somebody, don't you want her to have her own mind and be able to have her choice in whether she has body hair or not?
No, it should be my choice on what makes me happy.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to not talk to you about this. Here's a good question for ladies. Have you ever forgotten, to shave your legs, and you wore, a mini skirt or a pair of shorts or a bathing suit out in public? That's happened. I know. Some of my friends that's happened to, been at the beach and, you forget a patch on your leg or something like that. The first, especially Memorial Day, which, passed last month, I know, it's after the winter and sometimes you slack a little with the shaving, but then you're going to the beach and you forget to shave and you're at the beach. And that's
I
rough.
have had women who I've been on the beach with, who maybe I didn't expect to be on the beach with, and they have said, "Oh my God, I forgot to shave. Don't look at me."
Exactly, because it's something that it's put out there. It's put out there since we're little girls. You must shave your legs. You must shave under your arms. You must not have all that hair. Well, sometimes you can't help it. And ethnicity also. Oh my gosh, that takes the cake. There are, you have these little fair little girls that are blonde hair, blue eyes, and the hair that they have just as much as the little, darker girls, only it's lighter hair. So you don't see it. So they get away with multitudes of sin. And then you have us, the little girls that have the darker hair, that if we forget to shave, we get made fun of.
I would never make fun of you.
Well, anyway, I don't believe you. You make fun of me all the time.
I can't help it.
Yeah, I know. Okay. You go into a panic, especially if you're wearing, your skirt above your knee and you're in a panic, you're out, you have your beautiful heels on and you forget to shave your legs. It's just terrible. However, it's one of those things, and in the grand scheme of things, it's pretty inconsequential.
Well, I have been out on a date and the gal kind of forgot to shave, wasn't wearing stockings, and she brushed up against me, and I'll swear I got like a brush burn from them razor sharp stubbles of hers, and I think I even may have started bleeding in some areas.
You're going to be bleeding soon. We're also told that it's gross.
No.
It's gross. Gross is a word used to describe just about anything that people are confused by. Okay? The thing is that it shouldn't matter. A person is not gross.
That's
a person
right.
should not be
My
gross.
grandmother had a mustache. I loved her.
My grandmother had a beard. Okay. That being said, though, the thing is, and I loved her. The thing is that we all have different levels of estrogen and testosterone in our bodies.
Some of us more than others. Thank you very much.
We all produce different chemicals in our body. So we're going to have, different amounts of body hair. I mean, it just makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what we choose to do with it, is our choice. Some of us want to shave everything off, and some of us don't want to shave anything off.
Mm-hmm.
And it shouldn't matter. People should not be judged based on whether or not they have underarm hair or not. And I mean, that's just one of the things, because again, it's natural. It's natural. And
the hair is natural.
Yeah. And natural
Shaving is not.
Not exactly. Natural is beautiful. And there's a reason that it's there. There's a reason that it's supposed to be there.
It's protection.
Exactly. Protection from all kinds of things, and some people just can't handle things like that. They say ladies should never have facial hair. Now, I happen to agree with that, but, hey, it depends on how confident a woman you are. If you can handle it and you want to, go for it.
Whenever I see facial hair, I want to pluck it on a gal.
They say that it's not feminine to have body hair or facial hair if you're a woman. Femininity is based on who you are as a person and how feminine you are, within.
Yeah.
I'm extremely feminine. I know that, just in the way I walk, the way I am, the way I conduct myself. And, I mean, I have hair on my arms right here, right next to you. See, you have more hair on your arms, but I do have some. So, I mean, I have less hair than you on my head, but,
I don't know about that.
It's just a different thing. It's just a different thing. I mean, I think it's individual. So, I don't know. Do you have any thoughts that you want to add to the
Well,
hair?
I'm thinking about it, and I kind of like a furry gal. Especially in the wintertime. Now that we're getting
cuddle up
warmer
next to
weather,
her
yeah, maybe, she could shave. But I know in the wintertime, if those legs are hairy and...
yeah, she can wrap them around you and you'd be nice and warm.
You've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. You want more? Go right to our website, 920thejersey.com, click on demand, and scroll directly to us.
And if you have a topic of interest you want us to discuss, or you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
And remember, your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card.
But how you make people feel, well, that becomes your trademark.
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye for now.